Hi everyone. In today's dive, we're going off to a very special place. Some of the data we have at home needs to be updated, so let's analyze it together. Before that, you need to know exactly where are we going to. Let's start from the beginning. The Virus used to be a worldwide criminal organization, taking off from the outskirts of the Cosmos Empire and quickly recruiting more members from around the globe. Their sole objective was to rebel against Goddess Chroma and her supposed unfair mishandling of who could and couldn't use her elements. We've talked about those and their current wielders in our previous dive, if you are curious. The Varros had, over the course of several years, taken control of the Empire. Their armies were so powerful and so small, it was almost like one Varro soldier would equal to 10 regular ones. Not to mention, they've also assembled artificially made creatures using the sheer power of their negative elements. In the hunger for more control, they eventually sparked a war so large it spread it out to our neighboring world. The power of Chroma was crucial for our victory. The damage was massive for both sides. Our worlds had to be isolated as a preventive measure, and the main Varro army was left with only 3 living members. In this context, a space station was constructed, holding every single bit of Varro data that was gathered over the course of the war. It's still receiving updates based on recently collected information, so that should be the best source for us to explore. Let's start from one of the founders of this faction. Alex Malware, Varro Soldier number 5, was born in Cosmos and is the tech genius of the remaining 3. He was the one to design and build the very first creatures like ones I showed before. His first work was one named Queen Bee. Alex also made several firearms and laser-based weapons for his fellow Varros. As for himself, he's equipped with 2 gadgets. Let's begin with his laser goggles. They are capable of firing a very deadly laser that's specifically designed to spread viral corruption wherever it touches, and they also provide him with infrared or thermal vision. Viral corruption is what we call manifestations of their negative elements made to oppose chromas. They can also be seen on multiple places that have been previous battlegrounds involving this faction. The subtle arm cannon on his left hand is also capable of spreading such corruption, but on a much lower scale. But don't lower your guard, as those energy blasts can pack a big damage. Alright, next is Lily Trojan, also known as Varro Soldier number 14. She is the ruthless warrior and strategist of the group. Lily joined the army as an act of gratitude. The conflicts between nations surrounding Cosmos were getting very intense, and that will lead up to her losing almost everything. She always questioned if fate was something always fair, to have her destiny chosen for her by someone she's never met. Eventually, this caused her to disconnect with Chroma. Lost and alone, it seemed like the end for her. That is, until she found the Varros, and they began supporting her with food and shelter. She felt obligated to retribute the favor. In the span of a few months, Alex was able to get her in the army. Lily's weapon is the handcrafted piercing star, made as a sign of mastery over a multitude of traditional martial arts from her home. To this day, she still fights for such place, though she fights for it to be conquered by her group. And finally, we have the Varro Soldier of number 31, Valeria Viratick. Unlike the ones before her, she was created with the sole purpose of fighting for the faction. Valeria is a genetically modified hitodroid with parts of her DNA being taken from spiders and other arachnids. Being basically a spider, Valeria can create webs and strings that she uses for mobility and to protect herself. Her fangs are also a part of her mutation, and they can rapidly spread viral corruption to whoever she bites. After her, the next batch of soldiers all had their own biologic modifications, but none of them managed to survive the war between worlds. It hasn't been confirmed if Valeria's brain was programmed from birth, like most of her younger siblings. Most sources claim it wasn't, but it's still not certain. Valeria currently takes role as the master planner of the remaining three, though some of her plans and ideas are definitely a little wild and nonsensical. She is a little obsessed with control and has stated multiple times that her goal is to one day fully control the mind element. If you recall from our previous dive, nobody was ever able to use such element as a weapon, as it is what allows one to control themselves. Mind control technology would be very dangerous if ever constructed. Luckily, it doesn't seem like they have any ways to acquire the resources for such project. And that was all. Of course, there are still ally groups that stand today, but none of them are as destructive as the virals once were. Most haven't actually been able to unite due to their conflicting motives and objectives, but that is for the best. Thank you so much for watching all of this file. It has been a pleasure to analyze all of this data with you. This research helped clear out a lot in my mind, and I definitely wouldn't be here if it wasn't for it. Maki Loe, stay spit, and just Starina, happy birthday!